Did you see Cardi B last song? She just remixed the
Jay-Z
Imaginary Player joint.
Yeah,
what do you think of that joint? What do you think about that joint?
I'm gonna go with the political answer. It was all right. I'm just gonna go with the political answer. It was all right.
Yo, but if you look at
screw that. No, why did she do that? Why?
Look,
what was the video? Even the video, I'm like, yo, what am I looking at?
It's just
right
her
now?
Pronunciation. Like that makes it hard
Cardi.
because the lyrics weren't bad.
That's always
it's just
Cardi.
like the way, you know what I'm saying, the way she brings their delivery is.
That's what I'm saying. That's always been Cardi though.
Yeah, just because of that it just didn't flow right. Because Jay was relaxed on that beat.
I know.
He was flowing on it.
And she was a little aggressive with it.
Yeah, I think that's probably what it was. But I think it's something like, especially what you see now, 2025 in this day and age, and in this era, I feel like image is becoming more important than the actual music. Because if you can't have a you know, I ain't even gonna bring up too much of it, but I feel like now these people care about the image because it can get you sponsorships, club hostings, all these type of other. You can get paid from social media. They'll pay you a lot. Snapchat, Instagram, X, they all pay you. TikTok will pay you. You become just a TikTok artist. Get money off of that. It's more about, and people don't really care about the quality of music. I feel like it becomes less and less a factor. That's what I feel. You could go on award shows. Your label can pay for you to win awards. They could pay for you to be in the running of the awards. They can stream bot your numbers. They can manipulate your numbers.
What do they always say? I was talking about this in the other topic. Image and attention is the biggest currency right now. It is the biggest currency right now.
Do you feel like it's more important than music?
No, absolutely not. I feel like the music is more important than the image. I don't care what you do. Image to me, like, all right, you come in with an image, and this is a polarizing image.
Take somebody that's in the game.
That's in the game right now.
Yeah, take somebody that you feel like is more
Sexy Red.
Okay,
that's an image. As far as I'm concerned, that's a whole gimmick of an image.
Okay.
But
she's still in the game though.
Exactly, but I'm saying you
still thriving.
Here's the thing with that: you can come. You're saying still thriving. You could come in. You know what? I'll go further down. I'm gonna trickle it down to Ice Spice, and she ain't still thriving. She hit a brick wall right now. No, she hit a brick wall. She ain't at the height of the fame as she was when she first came in.
You talking about music?
She ain't at the height.
Different.
Right? She ain't at the height.
But she just did a movie.
I know she just did.
Her brand is still intact.
Her brand is teetering. It hasn't ascended. To me, it's teetering. She's still feeding off of the hype she got when she first came out. She's still feeding off of that because everybody's hoping that she can recapture that. So she's only feeding off of that hype. Mm-hmm. She hasn't ascended anywhere else, anywhere higher. So if I'm going to take that, my thing with the image I was about to say is that image to me, if you want that, you can come in, make your money real quick and get out fine. Go ahead, do your little 2-year, 3-year bid, whatever, and the music business fine, going out.
That ain't quick though. That's a good career in music.
Nah, 2-3 years.
3 years in the music industry, yes.
Not if you want, not if you want to be considered for your music and not for your image. If you want to be considered for your music and not for your image, then 2-3 years is not a good music career. Now, if you just want to come in, make a quick buck, and make your little hits or whatever, and get the heck out of here, fine. Like we just talking about with the entertainment thing, we'll just move you right on out the way.
Cardi is 10 years in, and that's what she did. She made one album and still going off the image.
Cardi is not just making off an image. She's doing. What she's doing is she's keeping herself relevant because she's all over the place. Not just with her image, with her antics.
All that's part of her. What antics?
And with her antics, with the fact that she's a high profile relationship. She had that. She had a high profile relationship that was in everybody.
Your relationship is your image. All that is your image. Your relationship is your image.
But see, Cardi has the unique factor of being that because that's where she came from. That's where she started at. She didn't come in with music. She came in with automatically, even before she got the music. The reason why she got the music is because what her image was on the reality show. I'm saying, there's going to be unicorns. I'm not going to say that they're not going to be unicorns. There's going to be unicorns, but in the long frame of it, nobody's going to remember Cardi for her music. They're going to remember Cardi for her image. They're going to remember Cardi just for her image. And the correlate or parallel to that, I'll go to somebody, since we stand somebody who's still in the game, and I hate to bring him up, I'm going to do it anyway. Go with Kendrick. Kendrick don't got no image. There's no real big image out there for him. He pops up, he pops up, drop music, he disappears. You don't see him.
What you mean? Pro-black, black power.
No. You're talking about the stuff that he puts out when he pops up. What I'm saying is part of your image is you have to stay relevant. He don't stay relevant. He comes in, he disappears, comes back, disappears, comes back, disappears. No, he did that for most of his album. He'll disappear for a while, come back, pop up, drop the music, drop everything. Go back in the hot. You don't hear from him. You don't see him. You don't do nothing. Pop back up, do music and everything again. He's that, and he has a longevity of a career because he did that. He's one of the artists that have done that.
I wouldn't say Kendrick. Kendrick got an image. His family is his image.
No, you're saying no. I'm not saying he don't have an image. What I'm saying
But
his
he's
image. He's more known for his music than his image. He's more known for his lyrics than his image. Nobody, when somebody talk about Kendrick, they'll talk about his family image. They talk about his music and his lyrics and the type of music he created. Nobody's talking about his image. Nobody talks about his image, bro. It's only about his music and his career and everything he put out. Where Cardi, it's the aesthetics of the image, the how she carry herself, the media, everything of that nature. And to me, I feel like I said, that's a unique situation that everybody can do that and will be able to do that. That's only a select few people that can do that. So to the point to like I just said with Ice Spice, I'm not sure she's going to recapture the same level of fame she once had.
We're in a microwave society, so if you can get 2-3 years out of rap, that's a great career. You already cashed out. You made millions of dollars. That's literally all you made. That's more you can have asked for people who don't care about music. I just came to make some dumb, stupid songs, and I made 2-3 million.
But what I'm saying, if that's what you did to do, then fine. But that 2 million going to run out soon. You're not going to be able to sustain that 2 million. You could have got away with
that in your era. 3 years of just having image and no bars, no nothing.
Huh?
You could have did that in your era.
We wouldn't even let them get out. We wouldn't have let them get out. But hold on. But that's not to say there hasn't been artists who have came and went.
3 years. Give me the artists that in 3 years it was just purely image. Music was straight garbage, and they still was relevant at the top. Because remember, Ice Spice is considered one of the most popular female rappers. So I'm talking about like you at the top of popularity. Lame me those guys.
The yard is thin. That's not hard to do.
Sexy Red is there.
The yard is thin. It's not hard to do. It's only maybe 4 or 5 female artists you can name right now.
It was like that almost in the 90s. Foxy, Kim,
no.
At the top, yes. The rest of them at the bottom.
No. You can name
Lauren.
You can name Foxy, Kim, Lauren, the Brat. Lady Rage.
No, she was not at the top. Lady Rage didn't have the catalog.
Hold on. I'm just going down the list. Rod Digger
wasn't as popular.
She was at the time. Yeah,
not she was at the time. Not that long. And she wasn't considered one of those.
Yeah, she was at the time.
She was not considered with them.
Who wasn't?
Rod Digger was considered with Foxy.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm still not good. Eve. And don't say Eve wasn't part of that.
I would give Eve.
So I got 5 or 6. That's what I got 5 or 6. But that doesn't say the ones like you said. But the ones that you're talking about, like you said. They came in with a balance of both image and lyrics. It wasn't just one or the other. And they had short careers. Eve only had Eve was another one. She'll pop up. Quiet. Pop up.
But
quiet.
Because back then it was more about music than image though.
Huh? She had the image with the music. Kim had the image with the music. Foxy had the
Eve got where she got being with she only could get down Rough Riders because she had that music and the way she rapped and the way she was, her style of music only could fit with that. That's what helped ascend her career. Being with them, you know what I'm saying? So,
right.
And with Kim, once we found out Big was writing the rhymes,
that didn't change nothing because after Big died, she still was popular.
It didn't change anything with that. But people followed her narrative. Were like, "Yo, you haven't been good since Missy
a rapper." Okay, I add Missy to that list. We consider Missy a rapper.
I don't even know where you put Missy, bro. Like,
I'll add Missy to that list.
I guess
I'll add Missy to that list because she was up
Missy
there.
In there.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. Back then, it was more about the music. You couldn't have just the image back then. I feel like now you can have just the image.
But I think Missy came up to me off her image, and what I mean her image is the way her videos and everything were.
But then the music caught up to it in the 2000s.
The music caught up, but she started out as an image to me, for concerned, because her videos were.
The City Girls had a whole 2-3 years. And they off an image.
I hate to tell you this, but I hate to admit this. You go down south between Atlanta on down. I'm even going to say South Carolina. I mean, North Carolina.
They fade out because their music stopped selling. They never had.
No, they stopped selling. But originally, they was all over the place with that dumb music.
The image, the City Girl image. That was the image of their music. The City Girl image. Like that. That's kind of things that like.
But the music for the people followed up with the image. You can't just come in image by itself. You can't just feed off an image. I'll give you another person that did.
No, you can do nothing by itself is more important because you can't name 5 City Girls songs. Most people can't.
But I'll give you another person who faded. I give another person who faded off his image came and burned out. Tekashi. The image came. The whole gangster was supposed to be with the drug.
But he lasted long enough with just them. That's what I'm saying.
But now he broke. because he can't recapture what he lost.
He still perform overseas off of his music.
But he's broke. He came on himself and said, I'm broke. I'm almost bankrupt. He said he's not making them.
No, he broke because he had to spend millions of dollars a month on security.
Regardless.
That has nothing to do with the music, bro. He was rich.
Is broke.
He got rich off of music.
And his music is doing trash overseas. He's not even getting that much love overseas too much anymore.
Every show he doing overseas selling out. They love him.
They're not selling out.
No, I'm telling you, I've seen the video. They selling out, bro. They love him.
I'm telling you, he said it himself. They not sell. This came from his own words from an interview. He's talking.
I literally just looked at overseas. He's a king overseas, bro. It don't stop over him. He's a king over there, bro. Like I'm telling you.
He's not.
He just dropped a video. Every video he dropped on YouTube, 200 million views. Still, nothing changed for him. Just the U.S.
It's not
like that's why. Why do you think Ja Rule could go over there and still tour overseas? He ain't popping over there. Not even a lick. He could go over there and sell out.
No, they love. Ja Rule was loved over there when he first came out. That's nothing new.
Ja Rule
was loved over there when he first came out.
They love anybody that got one song. One song, you get paid. You can be rich for life overseas off of one song. That's what it is. What you think Tekashi doing over there?
Like you said, but see, this is where I keep trying to. This is where I had this argument about people when they talk about what people are.
Because people said Tekashi music was garbage.
But it made it off of image.
Hottest rapper in the game.
It made it off of image, but it phased out.
That's all I'm saying.
But it phased out. I said you could come in with an image.
Even music phases out.
And now he's broke. He's not the same. And he's crying. That's what I'm saying. He made whatever he's doing overseas. Whatever you're saying he's doing overseas, I see something different. Because all I keep hearing him cry about, he ain't making no money. He ain't got no money.
I ain't never heard him cry about making no money, bro.
Yo, dog.
Tekashi that ain't even his personality, bro. He brag. I ain't never seen a video of him crying about money. When
I'm saying crying, is he's complaining. Now you're talking about not tears.
I don't even see that,
complaining. But even in the same aspect with that, with the image. My argument with a lot of people is what we are shown and perceived as to what actually is happening. Like as an artist or as somebody who has an image, I can portray to you. Even I remember Joe talked about this when he said he came into the rap game and what the record label told him. He said, "Yo, you ain't got the money, but when you go out there, you got to make the fans believe you got the money." So you got to portray this image. You got to put this out there. You got to put that out there. You got to dress like this, show this, have this type of jewelry.
Different era, bro.
No. It's still the same strategy now. They're still doing that now. A lot of these rappers are still portraying an image just to get them the attention. But when that image is gone and they go back home, I ain't got the money.
Back then, when Joe said that though, the money wasn't there.
No, but
now it's different. Think about it. It's tangible now. Listen, when you get when you get 1 million followers on Instagram. And they put the reels up and they get millions of views. Instagram pays you. When you see Fashion Nova,
do we know how much? Do we know how much they're getting paid though? We don't.
You could do the estimated joint, and you could Google it. Like they'll tell you 30, 20,000 a book. Like that's what
you don't know what they're getting from those impressions. We don't know what they're getting from those impressions.
Instagram don't have they're not a record label, bro. They're not taking 90 or 50% of your money, bro. That's not how
you don't know what they. You don't know what they're paying.
Fam, I know lower level people that get 10,000 views, 100,000 views a month, and they get
like
$3,000-$4,000.
I know that.
So what do you think they get? That's on YouTube. What do you think? What do you think that somebody that owns the label don't touch your Instagram money, bro? You know that, right? That's not a part of it.
I understand that, but at the same time, in a lot of
Fashion Nova deals, they got all these type of sponsorships.
I agree with that, but here's the other thing that a lot of these artists will tell you they sell.
OnlyFans,
Are they running their own social media accounts or somebody running the forum? A lot of these people have other people running the forum, so technically you're paying out money to these people to run your social media account. It don't even matter.
It's
yes, it is. If I'm making 30 and I got to pay out maybe 10 or 15 to the person,
because you only listen to 30. I listed you. I'm telling you 5 things that they got already. That's tangible. That you ain't got to be like, they faking the image. I'm getting paid from the Instagram.
Okay.
I'm getting paid from a TikTok.
Okay.
I got brand deals, Fashion Nova, all these deals that these companies come up every day paying these artists $10,000 a post. And then you got all these crypto scams that people doing. They paying them every time they post that as well. You also got
everybody ain't connected like that, bro.
I'm talking about the popular guy. They all.
Everybody is out
I'm telling you is from what I'm seeing the popular what they got. You talking about lower level people. We talking about the top of the top.
The top of the top ain't the top of the top. Wait a minute, what top of the top? The top of the top ain't doing it. The top of the top is in business ventures.
Sexy Red, all of them have posted those crypto joints that people call the scams.
But see that
they already they get paid $5,000 a post.
Again, I look at that.
How you think Clubhouse is supposed to $10,000 a Clubhouse?
Here's my point.
That's 6 streams of revenue, bro.
Listen to what I'm saying. When you just mentioned at the top of the top, do certain things.
Talking about popular.
Right. What I'm saying is the top of the top don't have to do what you're saying they're doing. So to me, the people who are doing these type of posts or do that, they telling me that they need money and they're not got the money that they say they get. Because if you got the money that you're saying you're getting,
That's not
You
true.
wouldn't need it.
The richest people end up being broke because of the lifestyle they live. That ain't got nothing to do with
who fault is that?
But that ain't got nothing to do with, they still getting their money. They just spend it unwisely. That don't got nothing to do with the money they get.
I can't judge that because I don't know exactly I don't know your pockets. I can only speculate. But but from a speculation,
so do you think right? So I'm telling you, I'm giving you things that they are tangibly doing that you can Google yourself. You don't think they doing them for free, right? You think people are paying them.
What I'm saying is, can you come out? Okay, so then what your argument?
So what's your
argument? I can come up with an image and have nothing behind it.
No,
it's an image over music.
More important than music. Not you can't have the music. You gotta have something tangible. More important than the music. If you felt like the '90s wasn't like that, now in this era, and if you felt like 2000 wasn't like that, now in this era, we've seen people have 4, 5 year, 3 year careers. Make they millions, and Boogie Joe, the guy you just commented, has actually agreed and said what I said. These people are making microwave music, getting a TikTok hit, getting they millions, and they boogieing. Joe has agreed and said that a lot of people are saying that music people aren't trying off their music anymore. It's not what it is because you could boogie. Get paid, get rich, get boogie.
You can pay, get rich, and get all right. But what I'm talking about is that doesn't sustain you.
You don't care if you make $1 million, bro.
Yes, you do.
Because if your job pay you $1 million, you gonna still keep working every year after that? No, you gonna quit.
No,
and find something else.
No, that's the problem. See, no. See, I disagree with that because I even said that myself. I disagree with that.
No. I said they give you a one-time payout. They give you $1 million.
I'm still working.
Let's just say for all your service.
I'm still working it unless that $1 million starts making me money. Meaning, I take that $1 million, I can flip it into something else that starts making me more money. I'm still working it.
But you need time to do that. Your job takes your time away from doing that. So you would quit to put more emphasis into that so you can start making money.
If I quit and do that and say that doesn't pan out, I'm out of money. That $1 million don't last forever. So that whatever month, that little bit
the $1 million buys you time, bro.
It just buys you time, but it doesn't last forever. That's what I'm saying. So even if you are an artist that came in for a quick 2-3 year, made about 2, 3, 4, 5 million, but if you ain't doing nothing else with that money, all you are doing is just buying time until you about 30, maybe about 20, 28 or 30, depending on when you come in the game.
But you talking about people that you assuming they want to make it a career. They don't.
No, what I'm assuming is you want to make money. I'm not assuming you want to make it the music career. I'm assuming you want to make money.
Their perspective. You ain't got $1 million. I ain't got $1 million.
Okay.
Instead of working at McDonald's and not because I ain't got no degree, I dropped out.
Okay.
I could take music fake serious for a year, get $1 million,
right,
and then figure out my next plan. I hit a lick. It's called a lick.
Yeah, you hit a lick.
When you hit a lick, you're not trying to be there forever. You're not thinking about that. You're trying to hit a lick real quick money, and then you start working.
We talking about
music is a lick. It's a new lick.
You're talking about a very small percentage of people that come into music. You're talking about a very small percentage.
We're talking about the ones that get the popularity. They hit a lick and they go. How much you think OnlyFans paying these girls? How much
we already know, but the OnlyFans girl that are making money are not even artists. So we already know that. But the ones that are making money coming out with $2, $3, $4, $5 million, they're not even music artists. They just regular OnlyFans girls. So yeah, I know what OnlyFans is paying people, but I know what type of content is going up for the OnlyFans to pay them that type of money.
Nah, bro, fam, Bad Baby didn't start out music. She jumped into music, hit a quick lick.
I said the people who are making millions over OnlyFans.
Influencers are making music, hitting a quick lick and boogieing.
But Bad Baby didn't start from music. She started from an influence.
Right. She jumped into music, hit a quick lick, got relevant for 2 years, turned that into an OnlyFans, and now
she did OnlyFans before she got quick lick on music. Not before she. No, she jumped into.
Don't say that. Not true.
She jumped into music.
Bad Baby had a song 5 years ago that I heard, bro. She was not on OnlyFans 5 years, man. I'm telling you. She made music
you said
first.
Quarter Lick. I didn't say she put out a song. I said Quarter Lick. The song that became a lick for her didn't happen till after OnlyFans.
That's not true, bro. I'm telling you it's not true. I'm telling you it's not true.
The song I heard that became a lick that was one of her famous songs didn't come out till after she was on OnlyFans.
Because obviously the guys that last, they care about more their image. They care about the music.
Right.
They last longer. But if I'm trying to hit a lick, TikTok it is. TikTok it is.
But you can hit a lick. I'm just saying, once you hit that lick, if you don't hit another lick, that ain't gonna last. And unless you're a type of person that know how to properly manage your money, you're going to go broke.
Fam, tomorrow ain't promised, bro. You can hit a lick. People living for the day, bro. I mean, unfortunately,
and that's why they end up broke 10, 15 years down the line. How many dudes that came up in my era who thought the money was gonna last and they out here old heads broke as heck? I mean that's just a generational thing. That's not even just this
But
generation.
you talking about guys that didn't have other avenues to get money. They didn't have an Instagram.
You can't say
They
that
didn't
because there's artists who came up in my era that's transferred their money and made more money off of doing other things. So don't say they don't have other avenues. They might not have the education
I'm
or
talking
the
about
affiliation to
one,
make the money.
No, yeah, right. Montel Jordan is a one-hit wonder, right? He didn't have other brand deals that was throwing money at him for that.
But that was no.
What do you see now? His song in all these commercials.
He
told you. He did an interview. He said he didn't recoup his money for Def Jam until Drake sampled his song on that.
Right.
So there was no avenues for him to even pay nothing back.
No, that's not the key. Again, you can't say that because every artist has an agent. You're not going into these record labels without an agent and a lawyer. You're going in there with You're going in there to have somebody else help you with the contract because a lot of times it's the way you have the conversation. Now, when you
tell me the ways artists could have made money back in years besides making music and then the club hosting.
Tell me. Clothing. Clothing was a number one factor. If you wore somebody
clothing costs money, man. It costs money to come up with that and to do that. Right?
No, it don't cost money.
You have to market the clothing.
Not make your own clothing. Wearing somebody else's brand in your videos. That was a way to make money. Advertising somebody else's brand. A lot of artists did that. That's when they started mentioning the clothes. That's why the names of the clothes. One. No, so when you got the name of the clothes.
Seven.
Tell me. You got the clothes. You got the brand. You got different type of brands. It's just a matter if you mention brands. So you could have went from clothes.
So you got one avenue.
Clothes, sneakers, that. Then you can transition until where your music is being played in certain venues. You can make money off of that. That's another aspect.
Label does that. Label get that money.
Huh?
Next, I'm talking about
the agent. Certain artists argue. No.
Label get that money.
No. The label don't only get that money. And there are artists who have argued that in their contract. Now, like I said,
you gotta have leverage. Most guys back then had leverage.
I said some people don't have the education or the ability to do that, but that depends on how you came into the game.
You're talking about an era where that wasn't a thing in your era. You can't put that in there.
I can't say that wasn't a thing in the era.
98% of your artists that came from your era talk about how they got bad label deals. That wasn't
because they went in there incorrectly.
Right.
I'm not saying I'm not.
So I'm telling you,
but then you got the artists who
bro.
Right. But then you got the artists.
You know, labels are they're becoming less important in this era.
Oh,
right?
absolutely. But I'm saying, but then you got the artists who came in, knew what they wanted, knew how they wanted to handle their deal, and came and said, "This is what I'm coming in with, and this is what I want out of the deal." Or they had a favorable label that gave them a favorable deal.
That wasn't common back in the era.
What you're talking about with what these dudes catching the lick is not common. It's not that common too much either.
What you mean? Ice Spice, Sexy Red, City Girls. TikTok stars. All these TikTok stars have songs right now. Kai Cenat has a song. All these TikTok guys got a song. Streamers got songs. Streamers are artists. DDG is an artist.
Streamers might be more important than anybody right now.
DDG is an artist. Bad Babies. I can name you so many people that don't take music seriously that can hit licks off of music. It will take you a long time to label the name people from your era.
They're hitting. What is all right? I think my thing is. If you was a streamer,
a lick is music your second thing.
If
I'm streaming and I get a quick meal for music,
if I'm a streamer and I made millions off of streaming, and I decided to jump into the music game, I have the cachet to naturally probably catch a lick because of my image or my persona as a music artist, right?
So I'm not taking music seriously. I'm not trying to take music. I'm making dumb songs. I'm not taking it seriously.
Am I going to remember your music, or am I going to remember your social media platform? That's what I'm saying. It all like for me,
you conflating the two, bro. You know what a lick is? If I'm hitting a lick, I don't care how you remember me, bro. I was trying to get in and get out. I don't want you to remember me. I want to get in and get out.
But
I don't care, bro. Like what you talking about these long lasting things? Like
yes, because everything doesn't last. Your life is going to go on as long as you last.
Why would I care if music my second thing?
No,
it's not
you're
my
talking
first.
about it being your second thing. I'm talking about the fact that you only caught a lick. Meaning, unless you have other streams of revenue,
that's why music's a lick.
But the problem is with your image. Your image is also portraying on success. So if you start to get to a point to where your image is trickling down from the fact that you're not as successful as you previously were with all the hype and everything that you came in with, your image is going to trickle down with that to where you're not going to be able to make money off of that.
What y'all think, man? What side y'all on? But we appreciate everybody's rock with channel. Don't forget comment, subscribe. We appreciate it all. Share as well, man. Through the scope. We out.